G'day people. Just thought I'd do start a summer update. We've had a few nice hot days and a bit of warm weather, a bit of dry weather. Had a lot of wind though in the last sort of couple of months, but everything sort of seems to be doing alright. Just picking some Pakistan black mulberries, and as you can see they're decent size, nice big ones. As long as my middle finger, and they taste really nice. So, definitely worth growing them ones. I've had to net the tree, the birds sort of found them, which was always going to happen. But still a few mulberries yet to ripen in there, you can probably see. But slowly ripening, really nice these ones, juicy, sweet. Definitely my favourite mulberry. The old dwarf Cavendish bananas. Still doesn't look like it's going to fruit anytime soon, but I'll give it to the end of this summer. If it doesn't fruit, I'll dig them all up and put a different sort in there. I planted a Ducasse here, and that's just starting to take off with a bit of warm weather. That time we got some heat. We've had a really, really cold, really windy spring so far, and now it's summer, and as you can see the longan's got plenty of flowers. Those mulberries are good. So hopefully we get a few longans this year. This one seems to be get attacked by the scale quite regularly in the ants, so I've got to sort of keep an eye on it and look under the leaves, like you can see here. You can see all them ants. Look under the leaves and lots of little scales there, so I'll have to give that one a bit of a oil treatment. Another one over there. It's just part and parcel of it. Little mandarins looking good. Plenty of nice green leaves. This little mango's sort of taken a bit to get going. Got sort of some new growth there, but we did have another bit that sort of stopped. Got another little one which lost all its big leaves, and that's sort of taken off again. I don't know, you've seen done a video on this avocado not long ago, and had heaps and heaps of fruit set, but with the strong winds we've had, most of them all just blew off. But we have had a few set, which hopefully they don't blow off, and nice healthy tree. But unfortunately we've had a bit of a horrid spring. There's not many others that have held on actually, so tree's still looking healthy enough. It looked a bit battered after the winds, but it looks, recovers pretty well. Just all these little pinnacles you can see everywhere all had little fruitlets on them, and they've all nearly fallen off. There might be a few more come through, but there's a couple more in there. You can see them ones. The bacon over here, they all got blown off too. Had a few of them set, and I'll have to wait at least another year. At least the bacon's looking fairly healthy now, plenty of leaves. Now I've started preparing a patch here for the I've got a what do you call them, not a custard apple, cherimoya, to put there in that spot, so I might have to plant that today or tomorrow. The old white sapote trees, she's booming. She gets hammered by the wind, but it's got that much new growth on it, and I should probably look at thinning some of it out. But the other side of having a nice thick, lots of branched trees, a bit of wind protection, so I might just let it go for a bit and see how it goes. This Smathers white sapote's got plenty of new growth, except sort of seems to like growing along the ground a bit as well as up, so don't know, I might prune them, I might just see how they go. Not hurting anything or anyone yet anyway, so. The Hicks Fancy mulberry's all finished now. This seedling mulberry, got a few off that, they were alright. But yeah, I'm probably going to graft Pakistan Black onto this one this winter. We'll give it a go anyway. The White Chatoot, they're still going. Yeah, slowly ripening. It's a good tree, that one. Didn't think they'd last that long, but they just keep going. You got a couple of seedling avocados coming up next to this lemon, which I was going to do something with them, but yeah, don't know. If I get around to it, I might try and graft a bit of Haas onto one of them and see how it goes, and if not, I might just let them go. Yeah, haven't made up my mind yet. Now the Vernon white sapote's taken off, got a lot of new growth now. The citrus, yeah, not much on this one this year, but she was loaded last year, so it's doing the biennial thing, and yeah, I might have to thin it out next year if it gets heap on it next year, and try and get a bit more of an even crop, especially if the other one we got, yeah, it doesn't really produce in opposite years. All the winds, we've had one of our grape posts snap. I might have to wait till winter and when they're dormant to drill holes and put some new posts in. I'll probably put 2 more in, just because I don't want to damage all the roots of the grapes while they're growing and producing. So hopefully the hideous strong winds have sort of eased up for now. That post seems strong enough, but yeah, a bit disappointing. One thing I missed was Mossman Black Sapote. It's got some new growth, but yeah, it's sort of slow, really slow, especially compared to the seedlings. I like the seedling longan. Don't know if we'll ever get fruit off it, but pomegranate, this one, which has got plenty of flowers on it, but yeah, don't really know which one's a male or female yet. I haven't really looked into it, but hopefully we get some fruit off it. Nice to get a few of them this year. Didn't think we were going to get any at one stage, but and the old lemons, they've struggled a bit with the wind. All 3 lemons have, but yeah, hopefully a bit of warm weather now, they spark up and get going. This lemon's a bit the same. She's been struggling a bit with the wind and new growth, but yeah, hopefully now she sort of has a bit of a spring boom and takes off, and you have to get covering all these apples soon, because otherwise the birds will start knocking them off. I covered this apricot without a sort of just straight over the tree, and as you can see, there's a couple broken branches there from the wind we've had, and looks like the weevils have been smashing it there. But yeah, as soon as those fruit are ready, I'll take that net off and hopefully it gets going again. I need to put a bit of a guard around it. This one here I might have to look at thinning out, the old Afara mandarin. Seedless Valencias, yeah, she's got a few on it, not too many, doing healthy. Gramachama, come back to life, loving the warm weather. And my jackfruit seedling, it's got new growth now, so happy with that. We've got some coming down on the stem there. Yeah, a bit of warm weather, I'm sure that thing will appreciate it. Mine Supreme White Sapote still hasn't awoken yet. It's normally late, but not normally this late, although yeah, you wouldn't blame it for thinking it's winter. Blood orange, hopefully we get a couple on there. Hopefully they form into fruit this year and we get some. Another apple I've got to cover, same with that one. Plums are loaded, start changing colour in another month or so. And with that lemon, it's been struggling a bit. Probably needs a bit of water and fertiliser too, I'd say, but I just haven't got around to it yet. So that jujube I've been thinking about just cutting the water off. Paid a lot for this plant, so I'd like it to take off, but just doesn't really seem to get anywhere. That nectarine, which is going to have the water cut off to it. There's only one nectarine on it. Like that every year, heaps of flowers, just doesn't hold on to any fruit, so that one's had its chance. That's it, it's on its own. Acerola cherry, starting to like the warm weather. Bit of green to the leaves now. Plum there needs to be netted. That'll be maybe tomorrow's job. The seedling black sapotes are still getting some fruit off them. I've decided to leave a few on there and see if they soften, ripen a bit on the tree. But yeah, that one there's maybe not far off. But yeah, quite a few there are ready to pick, but yeah, I'll leave them on the tree, see how they go. This macadamia's got first nuts on it. Around this side. In there somewhere anyway. Just there. Yeah, first macadamia nuts. Let's hope they hold on. Yeah, that one there's... yeah. Don't know about that one. That's the Pinkalicious one. It just seems to struggle every year, and a bit of new growth, and then struggles for the rest of summer. But yeah, keep it going. One day it might take off. This little pear's been smashed by the you see it in the sun there, the Taran cherry slug. It's been squashing them all. This red bird Andrew pears, first time it's fruited, so I'll have to net this before the birds start knocking them off. The Simone cherry, was a few that were nearly ready, but the birds must have got to them. Well, they've been away for a few days. I don't know whether it's worth covering it. There's only about 4 or 5 left on there now. Oh, maybe a few more, but yeah. Stella cherry starting to take off with a bit of heat. This conference pear, yeah, had heaps of flowers, but none of them set fruit, which is weird because it set fruit last year and that one didn't, and now this one's set fruit and this one hasn't. They're supposed to pollinate each other, so yeah, don't know what the go is there. This apple's just about finished flowering. I'll have to cover that one. Got a few of the black boy peaches, a couple of the donut peaches. Not that many though, so I don't know whether I'll bother about covering it. Japanese seedless mandarin starting to come back. Navel orange is looking healthy. These two European plums flowered for the first time this year. Need to get the whippersnipper out again, as you can see, but yeah, hopefully they keep growing and I might get some fruit off them one day. Yeah, I think I'll cut the water off to that. That's the Anzac peach. Never really get anything off of it. And these two apricots, not many on them, but may as well net them to try and get what we can off them anyway. Feijoa, heaps of flowers this year. Don't know how many of these little fruitlets will end up holding on, but yeah, it's looking most likely to hold on to some fruit this year out of any. See how it goes, I suppose. Red cherry guava, got a few flower buds on it. And the figs are just starting to take off now with some warm weather. Bit of growth and yeah, figs. Now the guava's starting to take off with a bit of warm weather. Yeah, hopefully get a decent amount of figs this year. Definitely have to cover them, the birds love them. It's a never ending battle with birds and rabbits and dogs and yeah, everything else that you got to deal with. Little mango. She's set some little fruit on there. Still plenty of flowers on it. Yeah, a few fruit and it's on that one. But yeah, I'm sure a lot of them will fall off. That was one of the earlier ones, and they'll all fall off. Yeah, I don't know, might get a couple set. Hopefully a bit of heat now starts shooting out some new leaves too. Indian guava, well, it's supposed to be an Indian guava, but it's not. Bloody blackbirds dig everything up. Pests they are, but yeah, locust tree's starting to get a bit of new growth too, so yeah, that's about it. We'll see how things go. Might do another one once the fruit starts ripening and yeah, go from there. Alright, if you like the videos, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. Alright, cheers, see ya.